The occupation appears to be ending at St. James Park.
The Supreme Court decides if polygamy is legal in Canada. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Wednesday, November 23rd. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Catherine DeVeris. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Aaron Best. Ahead on our show, we'll have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Catherine has our top story.
Under the watchful eye of police, city workers have started taking down tents and evicting the protesters at St. James Park. It all started before the light of day during the 6th week of the Occupy Toronto movement. Humber News reporter Hannah Vanderkoy was there.
Occupy Toronto protesters got a rude awakening this morning. Police officers came by the busload, circled the park, and blocked surrounding roads in the pre-dawn hours of the morning.
Once all structures have been removed and the park has been rendered safe, St. James Park will be reopened to the public and you will be free to continue to exercise your right to free speech.
The officers went from tent to tent, asking protesters to pack up their belongings in light of the new eviction order issued following a court hearing.
Answer the question. You cowards! How long? You're all cowards! You don't know how long. You're all cowards!
Bylaw officers came around to label each tent so the occupiers refusing to clean up their own property could pick up their belongings at a later date. Protesters put up little resistance and some even helped clean up.
And it's sort of controversial to help out because a lot of people want this to stay here as it is, but I'm confident with the activities of last night and the planning and the work that's been going on in the energy planning center of the Occupy movement, the really organized part. They're just here to protect the more vulnerable people and also have an awesome community. I'm confident that we will be able to protect the people that need protection.
The most resistance appeared to center around one of two tents, known as yurts, where it's believed people have chained themselves inside. OPSU came to take apart and empty the larger yurt with cooperation of the protesters.
I know that this is not desirable. But we don't want to lose them.
Despite the eviction, occupiers we spoke to remain hopeful that the movement will continue.
I have faith that the networks that we built so far we could articulate and maybe we occupy something else. Maybe we talk about occupying foreclosed buildings or just trying to be creative because we need to self-reflect and see how we move forward from here.
City workers moved through the park, cleaning up and sorting the items into Occupy belongings, recycling, and garbage.
Thanks, Hannah. At least 4 arrests have been made at the park as a result of protesters resisting police.
A publication ban has been lifted on the identities of 2 OPP officers who went undercover with G20 protesters. Constables Brenda Carey and Bindo Shawan infiltrated activist communities in Guelph and Kitchener. They are among 12 undercover agents who are part of the RCMP-led Joint Intelligence Group. The 2 documented the locations that protesters plan to meet and possibly vandalize by attending meetings and forming close friendships with activists leading up to the summit. The information provided by the officers has played a key role in recent charges laid against 6 protesters for their role in G20 vandalism.
Finance Minister Dwight Duncan will deliver the provincial fall economic update today. This follows yesterday's throne speech, which marked the unveiling of the Liberal government's third-term agenda. Duncan told the Cabinet Ontario has a deficit of $16 billion this year. Premier Dalton McGuinty has proposed the government limit spending. Tory leader Tim Hudak has proposed a wage freeze, something the NDP and Liberals both oppose. Ontarians won't find out if there have been cuts to areas like education and healthcare until the spring 2012 budget. The British Columbia Supreme Court has upheld Canada's polygamy laws. Barring plural marriages, this ruling follows the failed prosecution of 2 religious leaders in Bountiful, British Columbia. Bountiful, a community of 1,000 people, is home to a church which believes plural marriages will allow them to reach the highest level of heaven. The federal and provincial governments argued that polygamy is harmful to specifically women and children.
A Calgary woman whose newborn was found in a dumpster last year is facing new charges. The baby was rescued from the dumpster, but now the mother is facing second-degree murder charges and the deaths of 2 other babies. The bodies of the 2 infants have not been found. 32-year-old Meredith Catherine Borowick is accused.
The school teacher from Ajax accused of slashing his wife's throat has been acquitted by a jury. Paul Martin was charged with attempting to murder his wife, Kathy Lee Martin, while they were on vacation in Jamaica last December. Martin's wife was found with her throat slashed at the side of a road and was rescued by a passing motorist just 2 days before Christmas. Martin will be returning to Toronto.
When we come back, news from around the country and the world. Caitlin Dakari will have the sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Maureen Khan.
It's cold, it's wet, and it's Wednesday. But hey, Friday's not too far away. I'll be back with the weather forecast right after the break.